Hey everybody, it's me, Greg Manarino. This is my market wrap-up for today, Friday, November 3rd, 2017. New records across the board. All three major indices at new all-time highs. I talked about this in the video I did earlier today. This market is unstoppable right now. It is not real. Talking about things not being real, I want to address that in just a minute or two. Let's talk about this market. Seriously, it's out of control, and we just got to play this right. It's not going to stop in this environment, especially with this new Fed head that Trump wants in here. He is going to keep easy money going indefinitely, and is going to just play this game. And we can play that game as well. Today, volatility dropped. I mean, it's just ridiculous the way this has been. There's no volatility in this market anymore because the market just keeps going up. Bond market didn't do too much. Now, this is what I want to talk about just real quick. Earlier today, my first video, I addressed how gold and silver here were doing nothing over the past several days. We had a nice little run up here. And I went over that for you. All of a sudden, kind of earlier in the day, just bam, like the hammer fell on silver. It dropped, I think, about 1.6, 1.7% in the blink of an eye. Now, I posted on my social media networks a chart there that shows you exactly what that looked like when it happened. I'm going to place a link to that article with the chart on it in the description of this video. Now, let me cover this real quick because some people are a little bit confused, especially on my Facebook page. I had suggested that this is what silver market rigging looks like, and then someone wrote back to me, "Oh, I knew this was going to happen." I'm sure you did. Number one. Number two, nobody, no person, no company, no bank, no hedge fund, no anybody is going to dump a large order of anything onto the market using a market order. Whenever you see a large amount of anything, and you always see this with metals, dumped onto the market using a market order, you know it's being used to frankly rig the markets. Let me put another perspective on that for you. When you put an order in, and I've covered this before, to sell something in this market using a market order, that means pretty much you're willing to take anything for it. Think of how asinine that is. I almost never, period, will buy or sell anything using a market order. I want to get the best possible price for whatever I'm looking to buy or sell into this market. You understand? This is when people write things to me that are just so stupid, I frankly get angry. I got angry at this person over here on Facebook. They think they know everything. They're like, "Oh no, no." You see, it's people like that who really get under my skin. Because they have one brain cell maybe that thinks that they understand these markets, but they have no clue. And then they get out there and they spew frank nonsense out there. Nobody will dump anything onto these markets using a market order unless, of course, they're willing. I mean, if you were like going to sell your car, would you put a sign outside that says willing to take anything? Of course you wouldn't. You would want to sell your car at the best possible price. So when you see this kind of action, and if you want to see what it looks like, again, there is a link in the description of this video and in the comment section if you're watching this on YouTube, which will take you to a nice, beautiful chart, and you can see what that looks like. If you find that interesting, get it out there. Share it. Let people see this. It's just too much. So, look, they're going to play their game. We're going to play our game. The game they're playing right now is unbelievable. It really is. This market, like I've been saying, seems to have nowhere to go but higher here. And I can't imagine at this particular time, unless some kind of black swan comes out of left field here, this market is going to continue up. President Trump wants this market higher. He keeps going back to it, using it as a tool so he can sell whatever he's got to sell out there. Look, he's a businessman. He's a salesman too. That's what he's going to do here. There's going to be a terrible price to pay for this as these distortions get worse in this market. All right? Until this turns around, we're just going to keep looking for opportunities here. Speaking of that, Goldman Sachs did not work out for me. I closed that trade today. I went over yesterday, and I talked about this in the video earlier. I had said that I bought calls yesterday. Then we found out overnight that apparently Goldman Sachs is being implicated in some kind of a money laundering deal with some foreign bank. It's probably true. That put pressure on Goldman Sachs. I took a small loss on it. I didn't even want to get involved. I watched it throughout the day. It did not turn around. So maybe there is some truth to this. So I just closed that position. I did take up a small position on ticker KO. Calls there. January calls in the money. We'll see how this plays out moving into next week. If it goes in the direction, which I think it will, at least hope it will, I will add to that position. You know how to play this if you have my free brief available on my website, traderschoice.net. All right, so let's just summarize all this. Market is freaking in la-la land. It's ridiculous, and it's being bid up by, I don't know who's bidding this up here with no end in sight. It's just not going to stop, in my opinion, especially with this new Fed person. And here Trump wants the market higher. It's going to follow suit here. We do not have a free market anymore. Okay, we know this. Silver, in our face. In our face. They just whoosh. Right in your face, a large order dumped onto the market using a market order. Nobody would do that. Unless, of course, they just say, hey, you know what? Even though silver is in an uptrend, or we're talking about SLV, the derivative, even though this is an uptrend, I'm going to sell this, and I'm willing to take anything for it. It just won't happen in reality. Again, this is in our face. We can see this happening. And nobody, no regulator, no anyone who should be responsible will bat an eye at this. It just won't happen. Let me ask you just real quick. I know I'm running off at the mouth here. Let's just say, for example, let's pick a stock. Let's pick Apple, okay? Let's say all of a sudden Apple plunged 2% in the blink of an eye. Don't you think some regulators would want to look into that and maybe find out what happened? Who would do this? Why would someone dump all of these shares onto the market using a market order? Of course they would. The regulators would be on top of that big time. But when it comes to the derivatives of gold and silver, they don't want to hear about it. Why? This is being done by the banks. And the banks, obviously, can do whatever they want, whenever they want. And this whole thing with Goldman Sachs and money laundering, nothing will come of that either. But from a trading standpoint, I wanted to get out of it. You cannot overpower these banks when they're too powerful. There's too many people on the take, people getting paid off. These rating agencies, do you know what they were doing? Let me just, look, I'm going to go off here a little bit because I'm kind of angry. The last time when this whole market was melting down, these rating agencies refused. They would not change their rating with regard to anything. They kept everything AAA. Remember all that? Well, you know, I think you can understand where this is going. It is complete and absolute fakery that is so in our face. And you got these morons. People, I'm going to get demerits here. I need your help. I'm going to go after CNBC here again. Morons on CNBC who just sit there with their gleeful smiles on their face trying to talk to you about how this market is real. I probably won't be here on Monday after this unless you support me. I need those thumbs up. Last time I went off on CNBC, I got put on probation. Okay, I'm going to get demerits up to you know what. Please back me up on this. I need you guys and girls if I'm gonna do this. Otherwise, I'm gone. Otherwise, they're going to just get rid of me. But it's really the truth. I can't stand it when they sit there and they try to fist feed you, and I mean, fist feed you, that what you're seeing is real. Oh, no. It has nothing to do with the Federal Reserve artificially suppressing interest rates for the better part of a decade, allowing bubbles and distortions to occur across the spectrum of asset classes unlike we've ever seen in the history of the world, and then in our face, manipulation of the derivative markets of silver today. Gold took a hit too. They don't want you to know about that. It's unbelievable. Because the stock market keeps hitting those record highs. And then Kelly Evans on CNBC. Did you hear her today? Kelly Evans, she's a prop, in my opinion. Okay, maybe this will make it back to Kelly Evans on CNBC. God, am I in trouble here? Kelly's talking about Bitcoin today. The Federal Reserve should get involved. This is her words. Don't you think? She's asking the guests, don't you think the Federal Reserve should get involved with what's happening with Bitcoin? Kelly Evans, do you even know what you're saying? Do you know what you're saying? All you can do is read a script in front of your face, because I personally don't think you can walk and chew gum at the same time, especially after hearing that. Anyway, people, look, it's Friday. I've gone way off the deep end here. I hope you'll have a great weekend. Please support this blog by simply giving me a thumbs up. I am going to get killed here by YouTube. CNBC is going to come after me just like they did last time. I know they are. So I need you to help this guy sitting right here. I need your thumbs up. It'll take you a split second to do that. Share this video. Get it out there. That'll also show YouTube, hey, you know what? Maybe this guy does have something to say. I think I give it to you as straight as I possibly can. And they don't like it. They don't like you. They definitely do not like me. But I love all you guys and girls, and I hope you love me back. I need that thumbs up so I can use this as ammo. Because come Monday, I might be gone. I have no idea what they're going to do to me, but I can promise you, this video, I'm already on probation, is going to get me probably kicked off. We'll see. If that happens, I will continue to post on Steemit. Speaking of Steemit, there's a link in the description of this video if you're watching this on YouTube, and in the comment section to the article I wrote on Steemit, where I have a chart there where you can see that market order dumped onto the market with regard to SLV, which hammered silver. Have a look at that. Help me out. I hope to see you on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody.